So for part one, how I solved it was I made a truth table for switches S through, so S4, and then the 3-bit F2, F1, and F0, since we need to make everything into binary. So I started off by filling out the truth table, and how I did this, if F0 represents 1 bit, F1 equals 2, and F2 equals 4. So if one switch was high, then F0 was high. If two switches are high, then just F1 was high. If 3 were high, then F0 and F1 were high. So the next part I took after that was I made a Connor map, and since there are 5 bits, there needs to be 2. And this one is for F0. I had the same thought process for F1 and F2. And since I just made the truth table for F0, I just had to fill in the points where it was high or low. As you can see, even though it's on the side, this function for F0, it's kind of long since, well, couldn't really combine any of them, but this is the expression I found for F0, and I repeated this process for F1 and F2. The next part of part one is making sure the DE0 board lights up and the 7-segment display is correctly lit. How we do that is we only want to count through 5 because we only want it to count up to 5. So 6 and 7 become values we don't care about. And as you can see in this picture, we have the 7-segment display A through G, all corresponding to an LED part of the 7-segment display. One thing to take note is on the DE0 board, it only lights up when the value is low, so everything I had to write in my code had to be inverted. For the second part, I did the 2-2-1, so I combined S0, S1, S2, and S3, and then S4 is a bit by itself. For S0, S1, S2, and S3, it counts up to 2, so 0, 1, and 2. To transform it into binary function, as you can see in the left-hand side, the switches turn into binary. So when they are both low, both binary functions are low. If one bit is high, the one part is high. If the second bit is high, then 2 is high. And if both are high, it counts as 2. So therefore, X0 is high. For the second part, for F2, F1, and F0, it is the same process as part 1, figuring out the truth table for that part. It's just a different function since S0 and S1 are combined, and S2 and S3 are as also, and S4. So the truth table is slightly different, but it's still the same process. For part 3, it's just proving that the code is there. So I'm just going to show you the part 1 and part 2 code, and the part 3 code is at the end. This is the final project and the final result, and here you go.